Hi everyone, welcome back to GMAT Point. Today let's see the top 10 B schools in US according to FT Rankings 2024. So let's see the ranking. So in FT Ranking 1, we have UPenn, which is University of Pennsylvania, Wharton. So Wharton School of Business is ranked 1 in Financial Times ranking 2024. So the average GMAT score is 728, which is like the normal GMAT score in the normal edition. So now we have Focus edition. So according to the score concordance table, which we have converted, it will be nearly coming out to be 675 in the new FE edition. So we can actually check them out. So that is about this. And the weighted salary is around $245,000 for Wharton Business School. And FT ranking 3, we have Columbia Business School. That's also around like 730 GMAT in the normal one. So in the Focus edition, it will be around say 675. And the weighted salary is around $232,000 nearly, that we can see actually here. And in the third one in our list, we have Northwestern University, which is Kellogg School of Management. There, the FT ranking is rank 6, and the GMAT score is around 731, which would come around say 675 in the Focus edition. The weighted salary is around $216,000, and fourth one in our list is MIT Sloan, Massachusetts Institute of Technology, Sloan School of Management. That's also coming around as FT ranking in 6th. So we have it in our, say, both of them would be in the similar range. So 3rd and 4th. So the GMAT score is around 716. It's a slightly lesser than the other three. And it would be around 665 in the GMAT score. So whenever you want to check the old average GMAT score versus the Focus edition, you can actually go to GMAT score concordance table and check them out in the website. So you can actually then just go to MBA.com and you can actually see the difference. And here the weighted salary is around $229,000, which we round off to say $230,000. And in the fifth one, we have FT ranking number 9, which is Cornell University, Johnson. That is also around 710 GMAT score, which comes around 665 in the GMAT Focus edition. And the weighted salary now it's slightly less in the top 5, which is $194,542. Now this is like the top 5, which is according to FT rankings. Now FT ranking is not just based on say weighted salary, because now if we come to the next page, which is like the next 5, we can see that University of Chicago both is in FT rank 10, which is around say 6th in our list. So we have just filtered out top 10 B schools in US. So that's why FT rank 10. So others would be in other countries, right? So in US, we have say Booth School, where it's around 718 GMAT score, which comes around say 665 in the Focus edition. And the weighted salary would be around $228,000. So from this, we can actually understand, say our top 5, we had Cornell University, which is around weighted salary $100,094,000, right? So it's like $194,000. And this one is slightly on the upper side compared to that. So FT rankings is based on multiple factors, say the number of students coming from outside the country, say the number of professors who are coming from outside the country. That is a diversity in the professors, and also a lot of other factors, say the environmental factors that they follow, the number of achievements they have done, and there are certain other factors. You can actually go to FT rankings and check. There are multiple filters which they use to rank. So that's why it's not only based on the salary. Say, now we have FT ranking, Harvard Business School is in 11. But we know that Harvard and Stanford are like always talked about in the top. And in our top 10, based on FT rankings, we can't see Stanford. So we'll be talking about that in the next slide. So here we have say Harvard B School, which is like 730, which was their average GMAT score and usually. So it would be coming around 675. But the actual intake would differ. So this is like comparison based on score concordance table, but we don't know the next GMAT score that they are taking for next year, because we know for a matter of fact that GMAT score is valid for 5 years. So someone who has taken the GMAT score, I mean GMAT, which is like not the Focus edition, the normal GMAT which was there, say they have taken it last year. Now it's valid for say next 5 years. So which is like say from now it will be valid for say 4 years. Now, for them, it would be around 730, but we would need to check what they are taking in the new Focus edition. So that's there. So the salary is on the higher side, which is like $246,000, because we know the brand name, Harvard Business School. And in FT ranking 12, which is like our 8th in the list, which is Dartmouth College, which is Tuck School of Business, which comes around say 723 in average GMAT score, and which will correspond to say 675. and the weighted salary will be around $211,000. So this is weighted salary based on the previous year data and according to Financial Times data. So that's about it. And the next one, ninth in our list, is say Duke University's Fuqua School of Business, which is 14th in FT rankings and 718 GMAT score and 675, which is like you can actually go and check them out, the FE edition. So you can actually see that 730 is coming around 675, 723 is also around 675, 718 is around 675. So you can actually go check the table and it will be rounding off to this number. And the last one in our list, top 10, we have Yale School of Management, which is coming around FT ranking 15. And the GMAT score is around 730 and 675 in the new edition. So what we are actually going to see is that mostly 730 is the very common score that we see in the top 10 business schools. So let me just show you 728, 730, 731, and here also we can see 730. So in this one, so in focus edition, if you are directly comparing it, so 675 plus is a very good score that we can actually focus on. So that's about the top 10 B schools based on FT rankings. Now let's look at M7, which is known as the Magnificent 7. Say FT rankings and all other rankings may change year on year based on say multiple factors that they consider. But when it comes to M7, which is the Magnificent 7, we knew that it's like 7 B schools, which are like the top. They don't change. Every year it's the same. So these are the colleges or universities which we look up to when we say that, say, I want to do an MBA from US. So these are like the top 7 B schools, which are like, say, comparable to, say, Harvard is also an Ivy League school. So we say Ivy League in US, right? When it comes to MBA, M7 is like the most talked about. So we see that we have Harvard Business School here. We have Stanford Graduate School of Business. Then we have Wharton School, which is like UPenn, and Columbia Business School, Northwestern University's Kellogg School of Management. Then we have University of Chicago's Booth School of Business and MIT Sloan. So these are the like Magnificent 7. And we have not talked about Stanford because Stanford ranking this year in 2024 was 23. So 23rd rank was given in Financial Times ranking for Stanford due to say multiple factors that they consider. But M7 is M7. So Stanford's weighted salary is around $250,000, which is like on the upper side. If you look at any of them, this is not coming up to, say, any of them, not coming up to $250,000. Even in this chart, only Harvard is coming nearby. So in the M7, currently the weighted salary for Stanford is like kind of the highest. So we know that if you are looking at, say, the weighted average salary that you are going to get when you graduate out of these B schools, Stanford is going to be the like on the top. But they consider many other factors for FT rankings. So that's why these numbers can change. But always it's better to look at, say, FT rankings whenever you choose schools because they consider multiple factors, say, number of foreign students in the campus and, say, academic diversity and many other factors. So we just showed you the GMAT scores on average. And when it comes to admissions, they not only consider GMAT score, there are also other criteria which comes into play. So if you're going to get an admission or if you're planning to, say, attend GMAT and you target any of these B schools, you need to make sure that your profiles match their criteria, and that's how you need to plan ahead rather than just looking at GMAT score. If you just get a GMAT score, it need not mean that you can actually get an admission in any of these B schools because the competition is very high, especially for Indian students because, you know, everyone is competing for the same set of seats that's available in these colleges. So I hope you got a brief idea on the top B schools in US and especially the M7, which is the most looked after set of colleges in US for MBA. So all the best for your GMAT preparation. And if you want practice sessions, we are providing practice questions in our website, which is GMAT Point. So you can actually see practice tests for different sections, which is the data insights, the verbal section, and also the quantitative. So these are the set of practice questions that we have made for specifically GMAT Focus Edition. We have added the data insights. So we can actually practice a lot of different types of questions in GMAT Point. So do check them out. That's it. Thank you and all the best for your dreams B school admissions.